Technical difficulties. A little bit like 2 minutes late. Sorry about that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and of course you guys know tonight, as per usual, we're gonna go over the economic data. We're gonna go over earnings. We're gonna go over futures, some headlines, and then we'll go ahead and we'll take some requests. I may have to repeat that one more time. But anyway, I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Got some rest, prepared for, of course, the week ahead. Right now, futures seem, and I haven't checked on them yet, again since about 6:30 or 7 o'clock, but they seem to be up. So we're gonna take a look at those here in just a second. All right, I think that's suitable. Hopefully that angel's not weird. All right, so we're live on YouTube, live on TikTok. Gonna go over the news, gonna go over everything here. Sent you that DM. Yeah, Telethor. I'll take a look at that here, man. I have as soon as I get off this, I go and check all of my DMs. So, all right. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and let's hit some of these top headlines here. Go into next week. If you guys are on TikTok, please be sure to tap your screen. Of course, it really, really, really helps. As I am just getting back onto the saddle here. All right, let's see. All right, so a couple things here. Last week, just reflecting on last week, we saw the S&P up. Looking at the weekly candles here too. 1 second. All right, so we saw the S&P. If you guys have any requests, we'll save those until the end when I can see those requests. And those requests are best posted in the YouTube channel. So anyway, this week or last week, excuse me, we saw the S&P up over 4.74%. We saw the Nasdaq up 5.22%. We saw the Russell 2000 3.56%, and the Dow Jones 4.89% to the upside. A lot of these stocks breaking and bouncing for what seems to be relief, but could also be the beginning of a Christmas rally type deal. So, thank you guys. If you guys are just tuning in, make sure to tap the like button. We're going to be teaching. We're going to be going over the earnings this week. We're going to be taking requests. So if you guys are just joining in, make sure to tap your screen. Thank you. All right. So, a couple of headlines here. Stocks had their best week last week in about six weeks, with every sector closing green. Federal Reserve members, of course, continue to talk the talk, reiterating their hawkish stance ahead of this week's inflation data. Meanwhile, Jeff Bezos tweeted that we should all batten down the hatches. Coming from him, that guy's a dingus in the current economic environment. IRS announced 2020 inflation adjusted tax brackets and other tax changes. British Prime Minister Liz Truss resigned 6 weeks after her tenure. We also saw the speaking of the UK and Competition and Market Authority ruled that Meta must reverse its $400 million purchase of Giphy. Oof. Thank you guys for tapping the screen. You guys are crushing it. 2.3 or 2.3K likes here already. Really, really appreciate that. Another big tech earnings with Netflix, Roblox, semiconductor supplies surprising to the upside. Meanwhile, Snapchat fell to its lowest level in 4 years, and Tesla missed revenue expectations. That leads us into, of course, the week ahead as far as earnings are concerned. And I like to hit stock twits. What's up, Spirit? Thank you guys. You guys are tapping your screen. Very much appreciated. Potter Spy got a rip Monday white, right? I wish I knew everything, man. I wish. Anyway, so earnings this week. Hopefully you guys can see that on TikTok, okay? All right, so earnings this week, guys. We got nothing really huge for me. Imperial Petroleum's reporting, but really Tuesday we're gonna kick it off with Visa, BXP, Microsoft, Google, Chipotle, General Motors, Coca-Cola, Spotify, Cleveland Cliffs, 3M, UPS, you name it. Wednesday, of course, the demon himself. No, just kidding. Meta reporting this week as well. So we're going to keep tight eyes on that one. Ford, Boeing, QS, tons of names on that one. Overstock, Apple, Amazon, Intel, Shopify. Microvision on Thursday, and then closing out with a small bit of earnings on Friday. My thoughts on NVIDIA, I will take a look at that in just a moment here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Okay, you're welcome. Okay, so we trade options, man. Don't do a lot of that stuff. Okay, so as far as the economic calendar going into Monday, flash services PMI, flash manufacturing PMI, 9:45 right before that 10 a.m. So we're going to keep our eyes peeled for that. Tuesday, we've got HPI in month over month, SPS composite 20-year HP or 20 HPI year over year. More or less focus on consumer confidence, which is going to be like all the, especially going into Christmas. We'll see if we'll get the dip and rip. Advanced GDP quarter over quarter, and then really Thursday is just filled with a good chunk of economic data as well. Friday, core PCE price index month over month, and then pending home sales and revised University of Michigan consumer sentiment. All right, so that's the week ahead. As far as the economic calendar is concerned. All right, if you guys are on TikTok, thank you very much for tapping your screen. I appreciate it. I feel like this angle's weird. What do you guys think on TikTok? Is this suitable? All right, so going into this week, I'm going to go ahead and, as far as any headlines are concerned, that's really about it. Going into this week, of course, I have broken down QQQ for anybody who was watching or is in the Discord. That is broken down. So if you guys want a closer look into what I'm actually looking at and the details behind it, that isn't posted within the Discord. Um, Cool. It's good. It's good. Big red week ahead. The profit. Okay. So I've already seen futures. In fact, let's go take a look at futures first. I have not done SPY. But what I will show you right now, which kind of wigged me out here, take a look at that. And take a look at that. And take a look at this. And then you move that over there. And that looks pretty juicy. And then you set some solid levels, right? Because we don't want to get clapped. Boom, bada bing, right? Perfect. Sorry if you're Italian. Futures are green as of right now, but nice channel. Yes. So this is actually a rising channel, or a rising, sorry, rising wedge. And oh shit. Um, a lot of people ask me, how do you know, right? How do I know about targets? How do I know whether something is going to go to a certain price mark? And I could have told you that futures would have likely made their way up there after the bounce that we had on Friday. So what I look for in any trade, and those of you guys in the Discord already know what I'm saying, is a confluence. A confluence is basically where one or more, or two or more, sets of trend or key levels run into one another, right? Because otherwise, you're just left using confirmational bias. That's no good. So right now, I've got a solid target that's 38.1675 that falls in line with my trend. So we could open up, pop up, hit that 318. And in fact, in order to keep myself square, right, I want to go ahead and set an alert at that mark. I also want to go back and observe, right, the previous price action. Anytime a candle closes under 37.65 across the board, right, every single time. See, no candles close here, no candles close here. Boom, candle closes underneath, retest, El Dumpo, right? Now, we need to see the same thing. So it's simple. Above 38.18, right? Above that candle open. Hopefully you'd like to see that on lower time frame, about an hourly, and then 38, 45, 75. Simple. And really, I mean, you guys know I'm not trying to oversimplify things, but that's just the floor. You also have 38, excuse me, 3860 as well. So lost 16K on Olaplex. Good God. I think you told me about that on Friday, man. Looks like it's coming back down. So this is where traders mess up, right? You got to have a system, obviously, set up around your strategy so that way you can trade it. But more or less, what you want to do is you want to know exactly where things need to close below. So futures below 37.67, right? You could say 37.60. That's where we could, and more than likely, would see a trip down. And then I would be aiming for probably this 37.18. So bring this down right about there, right? And that's a solid level across the board. I would be looking for that confluence, right? That'd be 37.20. So I can set an alert there. I can set an alert on the trend line. I can set an alert on that trend line. And now there's barbed wire traps all over the place. So thank you guys. If you guys are leaving likes on TikTok, really, really, really appreciate that. Thumbs working. So this brings me to my analysis of the QQQ. Make sure I can see. PDD, big boss man. Gotcha. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to tweet that out. There we go. All right. So, hey Potter, hope you're doing good. Yeah, man, doing pretty good. So with the QQQ, take a look. My friends, you're the man, Potter. Thank you. Friday rally was max pain for the third week of options. Definitely got to go head down tomorrow. I can't agree with that, dude. Absolutely, max pain definitely causing a lot. Those weekly options got slaughtered. But I will say that there is, and right now the beautiful thing is, and that's not what I'm on here to do. You guys know that. I am showing you where mechanical, I'm looking at mechanical reversals, right? Where shorts would end up possibly getting squeezed out. So what I'm looking at right now, and you guys, I've seen a lot of people point this out. You guys already saw futures, right? So let's see. Does it mean I'm right? No. But let's see where futures open up. And let's see, you guys see how similar that is? Let's see if the Qs are right at the gap, right? It would be right around the gap that we'd be looking for that. And I need to, yeah, extended hours actually is where this pattern is best represented. So right about there. So I'm looking for a gap up to about 379.64 or 379, somewhere in this range, and then more than likely a pullback to 376.50. But the beautiful thing is, and again, I say this all the time, there is I have an idea of price action. Now, let's line that up with the next one on my watch list. So you're thinking calls right up to the gap? No, I'm thinking that we gap up, and then I'm thinking that there's a possible pullback looking at futures. But I know that QQQ doesn't. Nothing happens until QQQ leaves 283.12. Period. Right. That's number one. So we're not going to end up seeing. We could see the gap filled, and then we could see this bear flag play out. But all in all, I'm looking at counterparts, and of course, Meta is right here. And Meta, I I'm not going to guarantee it. I will be taking an earnings trade on this, but I'm going to tell you right now that there is a good chance that with how heavily now we've seen Snapchat, right? Heavily shorted stock. We saw Meta, which has pretty much done nothing but disappoint. And as far as this week is concerned, we have till Wednesday. I'm thinking that we could see a gap up on Meta to around 134.16. And then at that point, I'd be looking or a pop up to 136.14. And then ultimately, so if we're looking at this you know, prospectively, then it'd be something like that, right? And that would bring us down to like 115. We need to confirm the bottom. Yeah, we need to break up above. Like for Meta, I really need to see it above 137.80 or 138 and up above 142. But on earnings, I think that anything positive, which I doubt will happen, that there's a good potential that they could squeeze those pop this up to like 150. Um, but that's not just looking at trend, but also just looking at nearby supply and demand. I'm venturing to guess that either A, they inflict max pain on these anybody trying to play puts and just keep it in range, kind of like they did with Tesla. So, all right. So next on the watch list is, of course, Tesla, and all my analysis is gone because TradingView, that's just what they do. Everything's gone. That's just great. So we're gonna go ahead and start from scratch because if you know how to do analysis, then that shouldn't be a problem, right? All right. So let's go ahead and number one, we're gonna box this out like we do. All right. So currently, now you could of course push that in there. That is a gap up rejection. And then there is a solid, I mean, you can see it literally. We've got the 226.47, and we've got a bottom here at 218.33. And we've got our close there on Tesla, which happened to be, oops, that was a ghost. So, okay, so number one, looking at this just currently in range, I'm gonna tell you right now that I saw this setup um, on Meta a couple of weeks ago, and I made 100% on this trade. Now, I'm not, of course, it's not financial advice, nothing is guaranteed, but I do really like Tesla to retest or beat up around 225.36. So I'll be looking for a gap fill, number one. That would be 220.88. At the gap fill, watch for a pullback to 218.36 and a pop up to 225. That's how I'm going to be playing that. If it doesn't, and again, depending on where we open, will dictate how this goes. If we open up above 218, awesome. Then we can go ahead and look at taking this trade 218.65. So I really like this setup. Um, Is this with extended hours? This is regular hours. I do look at extended hours though. I don't factor that out. But if you look at the 4 hour, you can see a candle close up above our 75% mark, our 212, and going for that wick fill. So I imagine we're going to open up above 216.55 and possibly 218.75 if futures can hold what they got. So yes, I am going to take whatever requests you guys have. All I ask you guys just tap that like button. I appreciate it very much. Oh, let me change the camera angle really quick. Or not the camera angle, but change the. Oh shit. Oh, I just shut my live down. That was an accident. All right. Sorry about that. I don't know what the hell just happened. Okay, so we've got Tesla. Now, QQQ is gonna be top. Tesla, I do really like this setup a lot. I like the range, and I do think that we have a 225. So I'm gonna write these things down, right? Oops. I'm gonna write these things down. Thank you guys. I'm sorry about the shutdown there. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write down my targets, which of course I'm gonna write these in the Discord. But I just want to have a visual reminder in front of me. I just messed that up. So gonna do Tesla 225. 225 and possibly 220. I'll probably be out at 224.50. So we sell into strength. But anyway, Tesla looks good, still in range. So we can play within that range, but as soon as it breaks out, we've got a target 237, 238, right around there. And then, of course, this is the after earnings shuffle. So we'll see if we end up moving up and out of this box or if the data this week sends us lower. So I have a target on Tesla to the downside for 181.17. 181.17, I think, is a huge level and probably the next one that we see. One thing that you can look at is that on the weekly, if this wasn't a bounce, this could have just been a retest of the 216 floor on Tesla. So above 216 uh, would really be where you could start to see some decent movement to the upside. So, what's going on, everybody? Sorry about the delay or the shutdown there. That was an accident. All right. So anyway, let's keep it moving, and we're gonna go ahead and take some requests. It's too dark in here, man. I don't want to turn on my face cam right now. Your boy's looking rough. Yo! All right. So this is why anybody who tells me that analysis isn't real, they can just, you just, I could, I can't say what I want to say. But this, I haven't looked at PDD in weeks. And I don't say that because I'm trying to brag. Who cares, right? I'm saying that because this is what happens like this is solid trend and confluence based analysis, right? I wouldn't put a pattern up or show any type of patterns because patterns are just representative of price action, right? That's it. And so people who doubt patterns and stuff like that, yes, there are confirmational bias. There are people who stretch things. That shit doesn't work. But there are situations like this where you find a solid confluence, like here at 52.41, and you get a good solid bounce. So with PDD, now the tensions, I can't predict like anything that's happening, in that regard. But what I can tell you is that you have formed a solid base. You have retested, so let's zoom in here a little bit. If you have any requests, please hit the link in the bio and drop them there. That will be the best place for you to do so. Okay, so this is how we do everything. I see PDD. This could be a bear flag, solid bounce, but you need to open up a candle above $59. You must. You must open it above $59, or in fact, yeah, I would just go ahead and say if you gap up on PDD above $59, watch for a solid target of $60, which is obvious. And then I would be looking for a run to 60.50 and then 61.17. The next one we got is DKNG. Ooh, that's so ooh, but also ooh, because I really, really like that. This is zoned out, right? This is exactly what I like to see. Because contraction always leads to expansion. It's just a matter of being patient, right? Be patient. You wait for those definitive candle closes, and boom, you're a millionaire. Just kidding. That's not financial advice, just a joke. But right here, obviously, DKNG is closing, and we'll go up. I don't really see. Let me go look at the daily before I move any further. So you fell out of whatever that was. Whatever that was, I think. Okay, so you're still actually technically in trend. Now, that is possibly a channel, and this could be a bear trap, right? sink it down, maybe 11.79, or you just end up popping. But a candle, this is period, end of story. And this is why I love this analysis. Thanks, man. Uh, this is why I love this type of analysis. Make sure to tap your screen, guys. If you guys are just joining, um, I will be selecting one of the top likes for a free month in the Discord. So if you guys are tapping on your screen, it is much appreciated. I had written that down and forgotten that I was going to say that at the beginning. 1381. Open up above 1381. Go to the 4 hour here. The first level above you is 1428. So right now I would wait for a candle open above 1383, and that's it. Is there movement on DKNG? No, there's a exact so let's take a look. All right, let's just take a quick peek, right? Contraction, right? Expansion. We need that contraction, right? Contraction, choppy expansion, contraction, expansion, tight, really tight, choppy contraction, expansion, right? You get contraction there, it pops and squeezes out. So it's just a matter of mechanics, right? Oh, can can they trade? What do you mean? Yo, DKNG is trash though. I've always known it. Sorry, I just got like 4 DMs on Discord. I'm late. What's the take on Tesla? We'll take another look at Tesla, guys. If you guys will just, yes, this is live. If you guys will just tap your screen here, I'm just hopping back on TikTok, so I'll try and get through as many requests as I can tonight. It's 8:44. We've got time. I'm done with my analysis. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and let's keep it moving. So the next one that I got right now is Love. LUV. So we like to start things on the daily. I haven't I have not looked at Love in quite a long time, but I can tell you what I'm going to tell you. Jesus, English, my friend. Uh, I'll tell you exactly what I see right now. And that is a possible deviation. Now we're going to explore this heavily, but I like it. Yes. Yeah, I like that. That's dope. That's money, dude. So that's your downtrend, right? Uptrend, downtrend. So that's your current downtrend here on Love. I love the respect that we get on that standard deviation. You break above it, you pop, right? Right there. Nice consolidation, nice bouncing, right? Nice respect. Right here, you get a wall above or a median of that consolidation. But Love right now on the daily, just to zoom in, right? It, it's just very plainly a bear flag. Um, yeah, so that's a bear flag all day on LUV. So, but you don't want to go into anything just being like, well, I saw a bear flag, and this guy on TikTok said there was a bear flag and it was going to go up or down, and it didn't. So we got to figure out what needs to happen in order for a bear flag to be a bear flag or do bear flag things, right? So we want to go ahead and separate this. So it looks like sellers are currently in control, right, of the 3365 area. That is where sellers are putting their hard-earned money. Love is being shorted. I wouldn't be fucking surprised. Every time I flew on that, I shorted my life, or my chances of living. So, and buyers currently are trying to uphold the 3250 level. So I would wait for a candle open below 32. Let me retract that because I'm not going to give incorrect statements. 32 35. Candle close below that level, right? And the reason why is if you notice, right? I'm just looking at previous price action. what happens at that price mark, right? Look right here. You open up underneath it, you flush. You tap it, you reject, you dump, right? You open up above it, you consolidate. You fall back down onto it, you close a candle under, or you open a candle in it, you dump, right? You can't break it because you gap up, you dump. You open back up on the, I should keep going. You get the point, right? So my point would be if you fall back into the box 32.41, 32.35, you're more than likely going to see yourself down to 31.30, right? And then continuation to the downside would obviously be I like $30 as a PT there. 30.50 would be a good one too as well. But well, hey Luke, what's going on, guys? Thank you guys for tapping your screen. It's appreciated. Skeeter Rock. Sounds sketchy. Can I enlarge the screen? It's pretty large. What do you mean? Like zoom in? All right, let's look at what's the next one we got? SNTI. Oh, dude. So um I can't and nor do I pretend like this is any type of trading that I do. We keep it honest here. I'm not going to give you a now. I'm not, yeah, responsibly, not going to give you like any trend analysis. There is none, but we do like to see where volume is. You just crossed underneath 240. That seemed to be a nice shelf. You've got a median here at $2. That would probably be the next one. $2.10 and $2. If you lose $2, 162. Just simple breakdown there. But yeah, I have no analysis for this, unfortunately. So MNMD. I actually know a lot about this company as far as the fundamentals are concerned. Made a lot of money on this company, but more than likely, this is probably going to be a penny stock. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be quite a long time. And in fact, they're really starting to just lose trend. You got seemingly pretty low volume, flat out dump here, flush, and then you're just boxed. I mean, really, I can't really give you anything other than if you open up below 275, you're probably going to head down to 250. Just keep it simple right there. But this is currently the zone that you're trading within, right? Which I wouldn't even call this trading. And then there's your median. So you need to open up a candle above 322 in order to get up and out of there. So, NVIDIA, 12K likes. You guys are sick. Matrix, thank you for a screenshot of my chart. How the hell? Oh, that's on YouTube. That's why. I was like, what the hell? Is that like super tiny? Okay, so anyway, going for the Discord month. AMD weekly chart is primed. All right, well, I got a lot going on here from previous analysis, but I also haven't looked at AMD. Now, let me tell you something real quick, lag. All right, that's what you're trading in. I mean, really, actually, I'm not going to delete anything because this is pretty nice to tell you the truth. A lot of these little lines right here, right? Those are key levels. We don't need to keep those. Those are easily identified again. I don't lose track of those. But what we can do, I'm gonna bring that back. What we can do is narrow that in and basically say, okay, if we close in anywhere in this red zone or make our way in there, we're probably gonna die. No, we're probably gonna see a reversal. So right now you are currently up against the previous consolidation area, right? Look at this consolidation in here. You're currently up against that median. We've already seen a rejection there once. I would imagine that you could end up seeing a gap up, right? And I'd be looking at 127.45. I also have a downtrend on NVIDIA starting from its highs here and moving down there, which would actually form, right? We talk about this a lot. That would be a potential confluence, right there. Ticker BA. We'll take a look at it. Tesla for sure. If you guys just don't mind, would love Bank of America analysis. Yeah, we're working on it. Just shorted 15-minute Bitcoin. Small scalp. Don't usually trade weekends. Nice. Glaze crypto. Hourglass. Sorry, I was being literal. Um. Okay, so I really like that. I would actually look at a candle open above 127.45 if futures hold their ground. If they do not, watch for a open up underneath it. If you cannot break above it, then you will more than likely fall and continue to reject or consolidate. What could also occur is if futures fall back down and we open up lower, then we could open up in here, right? And that would have NVIDIA back down to like 124 or just 122, and then you could see a rebound and run up. So trying to keep this in the visual lineup for TikTok here. All right, so the next one, it looks like I got Arc. Oh God, what happened? Got time for First Solar for sure. I'll take a look at it. All right, so actually, right, what do we like this, right? I don't like this, but you do. No, I'm kidding. Um, this is good if you are using my same strategy, right? And the reason why is because, and you guys probably already see it, there is perfect areas of contraction, right, or consolidation that we can create targets from, right? So you guys are about to see this live. We're not, this isn't hocus pocus here. Perfect median, right? Get a little retest, a little bit above it. Right here, you closed at your median. You also closed at a lower time frame downtrend with a break of that downtrend on ARC. So, right, and that's lower time frame. So that is going to probably give you a 50% reversal, like most wedges do. Thank you guys for the likes. You guys are crushing it. Again, picking one person to if you guys are on TikTok. In fact, let me post this on the Discord. Free month in the Discord for whoever is the top liker on this live. So all right. So the beautiful thing is, right, we've got this channel there. Now we can go ahead and look for our trend. I already see our trend. Looks pretty good. Looks great. It's good. I'm gonna clean that up a little bit. That's perfect. Okay, so we're a little bit below that standard deviation channel. I guess I could do for a little bit of expansion. All right, so ARC is well within trend. You've got a downtrend right there. So 36.85. If you break above that, I would start looking for a candle open above 37.22. If you cannot, then watch for ARC to crash. Not just kidding. But seriously, this looks very dumpy, and I would be looking at ARC to around $32. But yeah, definitely a change in trend there for sure. Looks good. All right. Uh, S- All right, we'll go ahead and do Tesla. I've already done this one, but we'll rock it out again. I'll do First Solar after that. So I already have this pretty much mapped out for the most part. I think. Hold on one second. All right. So let's look at it this way, right? And I'm just keeping this in day trading terms. So right now we've got a nice little gap right here. That is currently where we closed within. I would anticipate possibly either a gap up above Q1850 and or possibly the entire gap itself. I don't know where we're going to gap up as far as futures are concerned. There was a strong move to the upside, and so it does look good for potential continuation to the upside. But this could just be that wedge that we were talking about, and this either gives us that upside or that downside. But we have 1, 2 solid bounces off support, and we could be heading up for our third tap. And so I've got a target right now on Tesla of about 220, 222. That's going to be the gap fill. Otherwise, if you do not get the gap fill, what I'm thinking you do, I would look for a pullback to the 204.28 and a close below that. And then I would be looking to short Tesla down to long, like long, probably down to the 280 level, more than likely. So, but yeah, Tesla, I'll be trading that live tomorrow. So you guys are welcome to hop in there with me. You guys are crushing it on the likes. Currently, the winner for the likes. I can't even, I don't know why his name's not loading right now, but I see your face. Coors. Jesus, dude. That's awesome. My boy's already in the Discord. All right. All right. So let's do Apple next. Trusty, trusty Apple. Let's go to extended hours because we don't like a messy chart. Oops. So we extended our channel. We got a good solid bounce right there. We're going to go back to regular hours because I just want to double check. All right. So I actually called for Apple to possibly give us that nice squeeze out of that bilateral triangle, right? Right there. Beautiful. So you end up seeing a nice squeeze up and out. Now, one of the things we like to focus on, of course, is candle closes. Apple was the exception by closing up and around. In fact, holy shit. Holy shit. Another guy that draws lines to make it look like he knows something. Death Squad. You're another guy who legitimately has never seen me do this and probably broke. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I hope not. I haven't measured, man. I traded on a 30K account, and I withdraw from that 30K account every single month, and that's how I make my gains. Anyway, so what I'm looking for here is currently we need to hold above 146 and fill a gap to 149.42. So I think we're able to use this previous ceiling, right? This previous floor, our ceiling as our floor in order to see continuation to the upside. So I do like Apple possibly to even give you a gap fill to 150, 155, depending on how we move going into Mondays. So, bro, you just recycled that comment in another live. Oh yeah, he's just mad, dude. I don't know why. Maybe he lost a lot of money in stocks. Just an everyday guy. Twitch. Death Squad, Trovo Live. You know what? Instead of being this guy plays video games. If you guys play video games, man, go check out that guy's live or his Twitch, man. Maybe he's got low viewers or something like that. But yeah, man, good luck. He plays Apex. Oh, I don't know about. I don't know. I don't know what that is. All right. So anyway, I know what it is, but I don't know what it is. All right. So thank you guys. You guys are crushing 30K likes. There's only 72 people in here. Um, absolutely going bonkers. Right now, the top let's see. I guess actually, I'm sorry, not the top viewers into investing in video games. Yeah, let's see how that return goes. Okay, so let's keep it moving. The next one that we got was SQ. I saw that one come up a couple of times. Looks like I already charted it. No shit. Okay, so broken-ish downtrend. Don't like that. Let's go to the 4 hour. So in the spirit of not doing bullshit analysis, right? There we go. Keeping it clean. Beautiful. Way better. And bring that up. That would probably qualify for a standard deviation channel. It would. It does. It's perfect. Good God. I love when the math is there, right? Because then, oh, it's okay, guys. I don't know. He probably left. Um, Whoever asked for SQ, you have a fucking diamond. And the reason that I would, and I'll write this down. Okay, so this is one of the benefits of doing analysis is I have to, right? If I was gonna be a content creator and stuff or take people's requests and didn't do charting, that'd be stupid. But um, this actually helps me get a glimpse at setups around the market and how they can potentially interact with one another. But they also give me a great a setup. Not only do we have a perfect standard deviation channel, right? We have a amazing area of consolidation. Now I can go to regular hours and we'll just so this should work no matter what. I just have to adjust it. Let's see. There it is. All right, we'll take it. That's cool with me. Yeah, so that's regular hours. Now let's go with regular hours because we want to see where candles are closing. All right. So I can't see. So hear me out, okay? I can't find any candles closing. All I see is wicks, right? And I see them all around 52, so I need to go down lower, right? We're at the 2 hour, nothing. 1 hour, nice. The 1 hour, that is going to give me a good idea where we need to set up that area. All right, there it is. Right, no, we're going to keep it right there. Perfect. Okay, I like that a lot. Now hold on. That's why we need to go ahead and box that in. Okay, so I see why. This is actually just kind of like one of the best charts out there. And the reason why I like this chart so much is because it's up against this is fucking sick. Sorry, I'm like writing this down. Um you have a resistance met. Okay, that's one. You're on a deviation channel. You've tapped that 3 times in the last couple of days. You're perfectly consolidated, right? In between the 67, and I'm going to write this down, square 50, actually, excuse me, 57 63, and we have a current resistance at the moment right there, and you guys can spot those candle closes kind of across the board. Okay, what do I think about Twitter call for 50? Oh, dude, thank you for the pumpkin. 55. Oh, dude. Biden's trying to step in on that shit, so um if you guys are tuning in, just drop a comment right now. If you guys don't mind, drop a tomato emoji or something in the chat. If you guys are tuned in or something like that, helps boost it. Please do Xpeng. All right, we will. I'm actually writing these down right now. So I see Microsoft. I said I was going to do First Solar, and I went ADHD on you, dude. I'm really sorry about that. First Solar, Microsoft. Is SQ going to go up? No, that's not what we're here to do. SQ is just perfectly contracted. We're not really in the business of predictions and putting money on predictions, but rather technical levels and mechanics behind why things do what they do. All right, so number one, with SQ, I would say candle open above 56.44. You would need to break above 57.60. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set a couple of key levels, right? I want to make sure those are perfect. Please set. Where's that wall going? Yeah, okay, same wall. All right. And obviously that's not really one that needs to be set, but I'm going to set an alert on that ray. I'm going to set an alert on that ray, and I'm going to set an alert at 56.75. All right, looking good. All right, let's do First Solar. We got Microsoft, SQ, Nike. I thought I've already done AMD, so if you guys want to see the AMD analysis, go on the YouTube link in my bio. I've already done a lot of different stocks, so if you guys want to go watch the live, you can go and recap that. Tomatoes, love it. Thank you for the tomatoes. K Queeb, is that a stock? I feel like I have seen that before. All right, I wrote it down. All right, so that's SQ. I like it. Next one we got is First Solar. Ooh. So I actually talked about this previously with somebody else. I forget who I was talking to about it, but what I said was basically that this area that you had consolidated in previously, right? Um, I'm trying to write these down. Obviously, SPY, we've done that. NOW, that's on YouTube, guys. I trade live tomorrow. If you guys, I wrote down Neo. Coach recommends you. Yeah, me and him trade a little bit different. But yeah, Coach is a good guy. If we've traded the same, we'd be rivals. You know what I mean? No, I'm just kidding. Now is perfect between trundling and earnings 3 days. I'll take a look at it. Okay, so what happened is you had a new high, you had established, right? New highs. What do we look for? Period, contraction, expansion, right? That expansion has now brought you back down to that previous breakout level. So now you have actually a really awesome setup because above you on First Solar, you've got a floor right there, right? And how am I finding these floors, guys? Simple, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Data, 4 days. That's enough for me to know there's probably a level there. That's also 124.20. That's also where we rejected on Friday. So a candle opened up above that, and that could be indicative of a new move to the 128.42, and perhaps you end up getting a break in this short period downtrend and I see that you have. So this smaller, lower time frame downtrend that is broken, right? But more or less, you could either A, go up for a retest of the area which you've already done, you've already retested, or you can go back and pop back up and reclaim that area and start making new highs. And or if you fall back underneath 111.50, you will go down to 113.20. I like to go look at the weekly as well. I did draw this out. I don't know if anybody. Yeah, this is a fucking megaphone. Really don't know any other way to. It's just a megaphone. That's how the price action's set up currently. So if that is true, First Solar it could be like one of. In fact, I might have to write that down because I keep coming across this chart and I forget. This is the kind of thing that I'll take like a speculative put on. So net. Nice to see different trading techniques. You know, that's. I mean, I like that you said that because this is why, I know there's a lot of you guys who've been following me for a long time. One of the things that I do is I'll recommend other people, to like, especially the areas that I don't cover or like the trading styles that I don't do or something like that. But as a new trader, if you're finding good content creators and traders who are explaining themselves well, listen to them and know that you're going to have to create your own strategy anyway. And so the best thing that you can do is to observe, pay attention to the confluences between what is most important and similarities. Like what do both traders regard as like they're some of the most important things to them as far as setups, stuff like that, price action. If you find similar traders, do using it that way. But um, AMD is no, I have not. So, all right. So we got First Solar. I will say the candle bounced up and it closed on top of this previous high. So you would need to close a weekly candle underneath that, and that's where I think that you'll probably end up falling even further. So, otherwise, watch for this to actually rebound. Who cares about a fucking megaphone? But it does look pretty interesting. So. Can I do spy again? Yeah, Bobby. I think I've done. Have I done a ticker for you already? I'm trying to hit everybody. Trying to hit everybody. Trying to punch everybody. PLTR. I didn't see that one on there. Make sure you guys, if you guys don't, follow me on. We just hit 4,000 subs. This is PotterStocks. I should go and follow the Twitter. Por favor. All right. We're also on YouTube Live. It's another good place to catch us if you're trading with us live tomorrow. So I've got Nike. AMC is garbage. Right now, I'll read the list out. So if you have any of these stocks or want to listen, we've got Microsoft. I've already done SQ. Nike, KWE, Queeb, Now, Neo, and PLTR. All right. So let's go ahead and dig into Microsoft, which is going to look exactly like. Oh, I already have it charted. So yay. Saved myself analysis. Okay, check it out. So you actually kind of have a bit of a stickier situation as far as price action is concerned. Look at the zone here. Beautiful consolidation. Beautiful consolidation. We love it, right? You close a candle underneath that line. You dump. You can't break it. You dump. You close above it. And essentially, what we'd be looking to do is go and fill our gap. But the first level that you're going to see before anything is filled is going to be 244.45. And that's also, right? So these zones, people ask me, how do you like, why are some zones big and some zones small? Like, because that's just how price action works, right? Right here, there's also a small area, right? Right there. And there's a median in that area, right? A point of control. That's actually where you open up above, you open the 243.32 level, right? So we've got that. Your watermark covers too much. I thought about that. Let me go. I don't know. That's basically not even there. All right. So anyway, for Microsoft, I'm thinking that we get a gap fill, 246.68. If you close and hold a candle above 245, I believe that you could potentially continue higher. But ultimately, that would have to be broken in order for this to move to the upside. Another thing to note is that Microsoft has also, as far as trend is concerned, has also broken, just like SQ, just like everything else, is up or broken its downtrend. So last week was a bull trap. I'm not saying you're wrong, but here's what I've learned that makes me money. Do you guys ever have like a theory, right? And like then you start to like really, really believe it. And I'm not saying like not have conviction, um, but the market moves in fucking mysterious ways. And so that all being concerned, or thinking about that and keeping that in mind, um, I don't go into the market with any, this was a bull trap, that was a, I don't, because as soon as your mind is, this is how the brain works. Listen, this is real science. We have like a certain area in our brain. Do you ever bought a new car and all of a sudden all you see is that new car, right? You see that car fucking everywhere. The same concept applies here. If you want it to happen, you're going to find reasons to validate that, right? And if you're going to explore different options, right? Is it a bear trap? Is it a bull trap? Is this valid, right? You're going to be good, right? Cover both bases, but don't go into just one, right? So I'm not, Breezy. I'm not like, harping on you. You could have done your research and everything. I just want to make that clear. I don't ever really go into any week with any strong conviction. If it's a high data week and we have like a bearish setup, and a lot of selling pressure, okay, that's real data. But none of my beliefs ever make it into the market. So I've already done QQQs. So my made 5K day trading. Bobby Blue Eyes, nice job, man. That's what's up, brother. Yeah, you make money either way, so I don't really care. I'm gonna make money regardless. And honest, that's why I think that's why I've been able to stay so consistent. Over you know over the last 3 or 4 years, is because don't carry I don't carry bias with me anymore. I used to be a very strong bias trader,. That's changed. So all right, so the next one we got is Nike, which we shorted on earnings. That was really fun, and I told you guys last time that this one was setting up with kind of an uglier setup, but this is either A, retest, or B, an extension, right? More than likely an extension. This is pattern building. So you possibly, yeah, I would say that like everything else, if we have an up day, and the reason that I have these levels marked is if Nike goes below 86.10, uh, I would go ahead and look for 85.45 and then a drop down into your 83.17. Sorry about that, TikTok. I'm trying to bring that in focus. But anyway, yeah, you've got a nice setup right there. Daily time frame. You've got actually a really beautiful trend so far. So kind of a bearish little setup right here. This may keep you consolidated and choppy, and then eventually, possibly even seeing a dump. So what stocks are you watching in the morning on live? Right now it's going to be Tesla, Square, QQQ, and Meta. Papa Schmerg. My hand hurts so bad. I'm trying to get that free month. You guys are going crazy, dude. 43,000 likes. You guys are crushing it, dude. Yeah, we're gonna be giving away a free month in the Discord for anybody who, for the top liker. My thumb hurts. How do I check how many likes you have gave? It has like a ranking. Yeah. Elite trade signals. I miss you. PotterStocks. What's up, dude? Yeah, dude, I got banned, but I'm back. Um, been doing really good, man. Hope you've been doing well as doing well. I've been having trouble with English tonight, my friend. I left the TikTok live on accident and rejoined. Does that mean I messed up? No, it should still show the likes. What are the likes worth? What do you mean? What are they worth? That not money. I don't get money from that. All right, so we're gonna keep moving. We got KWEB, uh, Kane Trust, Kane Shares, China Internet ETF. You know, that's where I heard that from. All right, well, clearly you're out of support right now, and that's my area of concern. That is 3220 at the top. And we've got a nice median right there at 2687. And you've got a little wedge-ish setup right about there. Yeah. So I'd be looking at maybe a little bit of a pop, but that would only happen, right? Let's go to the 4 hour. Build your zone. So right now the current area is literally just right here at 2170. And if you could break above that, this is the true zone, right? The area that you're consolidating in. So if you're going to break to the upside, you would need to get above the median, $22. And then I would be looking at the $23 area. So interesting chart. What do you get? What do I get? I don't get anything. I get the algorithm off my back. I'm actually thinking about starting my TikTok or starting a whole another TikTok because I've gotten so many reported videos now that it's just like there's no point. There might not be any point in building it, you know. So might have to just start over, which is whatever, dude. I don't really. It same old, same old. I'll probably just start building it, you know, start going live and talking about it and stuff. So, well, it's been a long time since I looked at NOW, a long time, and this thing seems to be in trend still. And so we're gonna test that trend here. That's money, dude. Put it on a cracker. Yeah, that's cool. I love when standard deviation channels do what they're supposed to do. Look correct, hold their trend well. Looks pretty good to me. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do because obviously right now, if you, I mean, I'm sure most of you can spot this, but NOW looks like a hot garbage can as far as it looks great as far as consolidation. Love that. But definitely not bullish quite yet. Now here's where things change because we know very well that there's certain mechanical levels that there is money at, and if that money gets pushed out, that means that you will likely see squeeze type action. So that being said, NOW, let's go find that median really quick. That's not it. Just because that's a bubble and that's a median right there. So right now, NOW has a confluence with 365.12, and I would set an alert there. I'm going to, even though I'm not even going to trade this stock. But you have a gap fill to the upside, 369. So pay attention. There's a gap fill right there. I'm kind of new here, just trying to figure it out. Oh, all good, man. Yeah, I'm just answering. Thank you guys. You guys are crushing the like button. It's ridiculous. Yeah, honestly, this is a good ass setup. Watch for a rejection there. If you fall below 357.40, you could watch for a move down. I'm actually going to set an alert at this trend line as well, but NOW looks pretty sweet. Yeah, people, if you drop comments or the like button, it just attracts more viewers. So Neo is the next one that we had on the list. PLCR is after that. Well, that doesn't get much cleaner. Damn. Neo looks like it could be putting in a wedge, but you did see 3 rejections up off the top. So we'll see if that actually plays out. But you seemingly have found a temporary bottom. It's there. And there's a area above there. Well, this is a garbage company, but I'm just gonna give it to you straight right now. You could see a 50% retracement of the pattern itself, which is usually what they give. That could be 14.75 and or $14 whole. But these often will extend themselves into channels, which would be right about there. So I would venture to guess that $13 is a suitable temporary price target if you do see more upside. If you do not, watch for Neo to be in the dollars. I actually have a $5 put on that one for like next year. I'm kind of new here, just trying to figure it out. Can you do IWM? Yeah, I need to do one from. So somebody asked me about Visa. Remember, guys, we'll be live tomorrow morning, probably about 9:30. This was a gap down, and obviously, could be like a weird ass. It could be a weird ass megaphone. This is why patterns don't. This is why you can't just stick to pattern. But this is a resistance for sure. What we like to do, obviously, as we do, is we want to zone this out. So currently, and you have a perfect little zone over here. So check that out. Possible double bottom, yes. You need to break and hold above 191 and hold this area over here, this contraction area. Hey Potter, glad you're still alive. Thank you. Is that a threat? No, just kidding. But one 190, 150, and you should see a move up there. But it does have earnings, so of course, I'd be looking at the weekly and really trying to figure out where this one's going. Maybe 207. Maybe we might see a rebound on that one. Visa actually looks. Maybe it's the holiday season. You might see the market start to, you know, pick its chin up. But yeah, let's get up. I would say that 196.65 would be the next target there. So yeah, AMD. So like its counterpart, NVIDIA, this one is even more like this is kind of nuts actually. You very rarely see things like that. But yeah, this is just keeping it gap up above $60, and you should go for a push to 63.30, 63.35. So write that down. DM me if that hits. But that would be my target there. Yeah, above $60 has to happen. I would even start looking at a potential gap fill there. But I love this. So where do I think QQQ will go tomorrow? Well, I'm in calls right now, and QQQ, I give a full breakdown in my Discord, but I do see two contradicting setups, which of course leaves me a little bit uneasy. But there is what appears to be a bear flag forming on QQQ. This one would have us with a gap of around 378.88, and then could have us pulling all the way back and dumping. But of course, there is also the broken downtrend starting from August highs. So this could be that Christmas rally start, and this could be that bottom, but we'll have to verify it. Of course, who cares about a bearish pattern? We just want to see good price action. So I'm looking at a gap up on QQQ and possibly a flush down and chop tomorrow. So um, I'm trying to look at as many as I can, guys. Just make sure to tap that like screen. Trying to do as much as now analysis as I can here. All right, so let's start with Target, and I'm gonna go ahead and I don't really need to be concerned with that. And I'm not gonna draw any trend, not at least there. I will draw a trend from its highs right here because that's perfectly aligned. We've got solid trend there. We've got a nice trend line there, right? Who cares about trend though? We need to make sure that we got our key levels set, and that's a good sign. We like that as well. That's possibly stifled by consumer confidence, but right there. So I talked to everybody about the one thing that I have to see in order to see continuation to the upside. I finally caught a live on the new TikTok. Yes, 8 o'clock almost every night. Chipotle's ER week. Labu. I'm looking. Hold on one sec. Or we'll take a look at it here. So candle close where every other candle failed to close. The point of control was around 157.45, and you actually closed well above that right there. So that's good. These are still sellers wicks. So you could see a push, and I think that I would be looking at 162 to the upside. And at that point, that would be a break and downtrend. And then from there, I'd be aiming for I'd be aiming for 162 or 163, possibly the gap. Um, but that all depends. And I'd actually like to go to the 4 hour here because of how this setup is. I'd like to go to extended hours and see. I don't like that kind of stuff, you know, this type of. That sure looks like a fucking megaphone, though. Sorry, we don't do the pattern. We just want to make sure that you get up and out of that zone and then up to. I look at patterns. I do not bank on them. They're not my. That's not how I trade. All right, so 161.40 and 164.28 would be targets, and of course there's a gap to fill up there. So Uh, this is a trading view. Um, yeah, you got to react, not predict. Right. You have maybe a prediction for both sides, right? But knowing how to react and what volume to react to, that's how we make money. Everything about this is just straightforward. Trying to focusing on emotional control, emotional awareness, because really it's not the strategies that are hard, it's people's lack of accountability, people not taking it seriously as a strategy or a business, um, not having any structure set up. If you don't have a TP, like some people need to set TP points at 50%, I'm out of 50%, right? If I'm up 50% on an option, I'm out 50% of my position, period, right? Some people have hard goals like that, but that all is dependent on how you trade. Yes, trading view. The link is in my bio. The link is in my bio. So, all right. So I'm trying to remember which ones I got, but Starbucks was the next one, and you said you see a Head and Shoulders, and that is coming from an uptrend. So I do like the start, and it is obviously representative. Head and Shoulders don't have to be exact. Nice head there, and then a potential shoulder. Now you do have multiple rejections up there at 90.50 before all is said and done. And then also, what you could actually look at, right, is that, which is bilateral, right? So somebody looking at this as just simply a Head and Shoulders, because you're super far away from Head and Shoulders, territory as far as being a Head and Shoulders. But even this glimpse right here, if they start to see short interest or something like that, if they start to see the put volume rise, of course, that's going to open it up for that bilateral pattern right there, which bilateral means it can go either way. So I would say right now, if you break and hold above $90, that's Starbucks to the upside. Watch for people to get squeezed out. You do have three large rejections coming last week. So it could be that you're going for a median test, which of course we're gapping up right now. And so you might even gap up to 89.76. If you see a rejection and you pull back underneath 88.40, then yes, I would start looking at Starbucks maybe to the downside. And then at that point, I would need Starbucks to be around $83. Jesus. And that's where a Head and Shoulders would commence. And then I would be looking for $80 and maybe even further. So, oh, they have a Form 4 coming. All right, I'm gonna take about two more, but I think I did PLTR, right? Did I? Oh, maybe I did. Simple. Candle open above 852, upside. At that point, right, you could have like what ends up being a descending triangle. So you could pull back or pop up 917. If you fall back into that range around 840, 850, then that would probably be your bearish setup. But that's really all I got as far as PLTR. You're perfectly consolidated. We like contraction that leads to expansion. I think we gap up, gap then down, then earnings. Uh, did I already do that? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Uh, go to the link in my bio where it says heat map. Yeah, let's do spy. All right, so simple. Same thing as I have all of these set up kind of like in a way that's pretty easy to understand right now. You guys can see that the majority of these candles here close underneath rejections all happening at 370. And then above us, we've got a floor right there at 370, 372 and the highs of 376.77. I imagine that we're probably going to either a gap up, but the number one thing, and if you go, in fact, that's where we hit on futures, is right around there. So let's go to regular hours, and bring that back down. And again, right, futures and SPY both carry this very same confluence. So take a look at that. Yes. Look, so I'm thinking that SPY, depends on where we open up. They may fade it and then prop it right back up. Um, but uh, but yeah, this is basically SPY. This is your wall, which is 338.18. You got to get up above that. Otherwise, you could just flush straight down and see the 3,700 area. So, all right, guys. I'm pretty pooped. I took my kids to the fair this weekend, so and clean my most try to clean my house. We'll put it that way. But if you guys are up early with me tomorrow morning, 8:45. Excuse me, if you're in the Discord, the on the premium side, obviously, I'll be live, around 8 o'clock. So you guys are more than welcome to hop on. Please come with some charts, guys. I know you guys are trying to, there's a lot of you guys on there who are learning how to trade. This is a lot of people pay money to have one-on-ones or mentorship. So that's free time for you to ask as many questions or whatever questions you want in order to get, whatever it is that you need to get done. So please be live if you guys are on that side of the Discord. Otherwise, I'll be live at around 9 o'clock for everybody else. That's on YouTube and TikTok, and we're gonna go over the news and all that other good stuff. So, I am in Georgia. So, but anyway, thank you guys very much for tuning in. We're live on YouTube, live on TikTok, usually every day, but always live in the YouTube on Discord. And if you guys aren't in the Discord, please hop in there. There's a ton of free education in the Discord. That tons of books. I can post charts on Discord. Yeah, thank you. So, like Twitter, I have to close the like. I'll add that person as a friend, but I can't see that until I close it. So I think it's Papa Schmerg. If you were trading options for, say, a friend, what would you ask for after making money? 40%, 30% minimum. If I was doing it for somebody, it depends on how, because honestly, dude, I wouldn't, I would never. This shit would be terrible. If yeah, the blowing the account, no good. All right, you guys have a wonderful evening. Take care. Brush your hair. Peace.